My name is Anna. This is my story. It is not only about love. It is about growing up, losing trust, and finding real strength. I grew up in a quiet street in London. Across the road lived a boy. His name was James. James was always there. He was my first friend. We played hide and seek. We rode bikes together in the evenings. We laughed when the ice cream van came. We shared sweets, toys, and secrets. When I cried, James brought me chocolate. When he was sick, I visited his home with homework. Our families knew we were inseparable. Everyone said, one day, Anna and James will always be together. At school, James and I sat side by side. He was clever in maths. I was better in English. We helped each other. We passed exams together. At lunchtime, we sat on the same bench. He gave me half of his sandwich. I gave him half of my crisps. We promised, we will never stop being friends. As teenagers, something changed. James was still my friend. But for me, he became something more. When he laughed, my heart beat faster. When he touched my hand by accident, I felt shy. When he said, Anna, it sounded special to me. I realized, I loved him. But I never told him. I was afraid to lose him. We finished school. We went to university, the same university. I was so happy. I thought, this is destiny. We studied in the library together. We drank coffee together. We still shared secrets. I thought, one day, James will understand. He will love me too. But life had other plans. One day, a new girl arrived at university. Her name was Charlotte. She was beautiful, rich, and confident. She wore expensive clothes. She drove a shiny car. Everyone noticed her. James noticed her too. At first, I thought it was nothing. But soon, I saw the change. When Charlotte entered the room, James forgot me. When Charlotte spoke, James listened carefully. When Charlotte laughed, James laughed louder. And me? I became invisible. One evening, James came to me. His eyes were full of excitement. He said, Anna, I love Charlotte. I smiled. I said, that's wonderful, James. I hope she loves you too. But inside, my heart broke into 1,000 pieces. That night, I cried alone. I asked myself, why Charlotte? Why not me? And I knew the answer. Because Charlotte was rich. And I was just a simple, middle-class girl. After that, everything changed. James stopped walking with me. He stopped sharing coffee. He forgot my birthday. He was always busy with Charlotte. One night, I saw them holding hands. The same hands that once held mine while crossing the road. In that moment, my love turned into pain. And my pain turned into strength. I could have begged him. I could have hated Charlotte. But I did neither. Instead, I decided, I will not fight for his love. I will fight for my life. I will build myself. I will become someone strong. That would be my revenge. Not by hurting James. But by proving that I could shine without him. So I changed. I joined new classes. I studied harder. I joined debates and learned to speak with confidence. I worked part-time and saved money. I read books about life and courage. Day by day, I became stronger. I became someone different. Not just the girl across the road, but Anna, a girl with her own dreams. Meanwhile, James and Charlotte were happy for a while. But Charlotte's family was very rich. They wanted someone with wealth and power. James did not have that. Slowly, Charlotte lost interest. She stopped replying to his messages. She ignored his calls. And one day, she left him. James was broken. He came to me with tears. He said, Anna, I lost her. Please don't leave me too. I listened. I gave him tea. I was kind. But I did not give him my heart again. Time passed. I kept working. I finished university with good marks. I got a job in a respected company. I worked late. I worked honestly. Slowly, people noticed me. One day, I was asked to lead a small project. I worked carefully. I listened to my team. I gave my best. The project succeeded. My boss smiled and said, "Well done, Anna." It was a small moment, but it meant the world. James heard about my progress. He felt regret. He tried to talk more. He said, "I am proud of you, Anna." I smiled politely, but inside, I knew the truth. The girl he left behind was no longer waiting. I had built my own path. Months later, James applied for a job at the same company where I worked. He came with hope. He thought charm and old memories would help. But the world asked for hard work, not charm. James struggled in the interview. He could not show skills. He was rejected. I watched quietly. I felt no joy in his pain. But I knew this was life teaching him a lesson. That was my revenge. Not loud. Not cruel. But calm and powerful. My success was my revenge. My dignity was my answer. Years later, James met me again on our childhood street. He said, "Anna, you taught me the biggest lesson. Real worth is not money, not beauty, but steady work and loyalty. I am sorry I hurt you." I looked at him with gentle eyes. I said, "We both learned. Take care, James." And I walked away, free. This is my story. A story of love, heartbreak, and quiet revenge. The truth is, the best revenge is not hate. The best revenge is to grow so much that the people who left you realize what they lost.